chose to come and do today, you do it to the best of your ability. And so with many others out there in whatever trade they are doing, those that woke up this morning to go to their shops, those that woke up this morning to go to their factories, the different business owners, the different, name it, the different works of trade that we are all into. We chose, it's a choice by the way.
Yeah.
You choose to get up and go make it better.
Better.
Not just for you, but for also the consumer of what you want that person to take up. Because by having these cameras, it's not you, but there is somebody watching it.
Absolutely.
So that's your consumer. That's the person you intended to actually view this, not you.
Yeah.
How best will you do this? What kind of interview do you want them to get? Personally, I'm representing an office, okay, across this country. And I have to wake up and do my best before your cameras for the sake of the many people that I'm representing.
True.
So that's the relationship I was talking about. When we look at different business owners, what have they done? The simple task of waking up and choosing and deciding to put up an entity in this country.
Yeah.
And make sure that every day when they wake up, they go to this entity, do the best that they can do, give it their best. Now we look at how far, like I said, are they willing to go?
How far are they willing to go?
To make it survive in this environment, for their sake, for your sake, and for everybody else. These are personal questions. These are individual questions. I know we are talking about being patriotic about our country, but before we do that, and two, it's a decision. Decide to do something. You decided to be a journalist. I decided to be a teacher. Somebody else is a businessman. So it's a decision. It's a choice.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And maybe if we are to look at since independence, according to your observation, to what extent has patriotism contributed to ensuring we can have real case scenarios of how policies which are probably put in place by the different
Give me one.
Authorities?
Or
two.
Give me one or two.
Well, I could give an example in about the Bonaba Gagawale aspect. I believe that was very patriotic, that sort of a sense.
Bonaba
Gagawale, yes. Then we have even the PDM itself. There is the Myoga, you know, and Operation Wealth and Operation Wealth Creation, all that. Yeah. So we want to, because Ugandan out there, you know, these are aspects which exist, but some people probably could be ignorant about them. So let's shed a light on that and see to what extent they have led to what extent have they enhanced sustainability into this country, Uganda, and what is the way forward? What do we project 10 years from now? Okay.
So for the programs you've given me, and you're talking about since independence, and you're bringing in policy, these are different also aspects. So for policy, the programs that you have mentioned, Bonaba Gagawale, PDM, Emyoga, and OWC, this is on the side of the leaders. Okay. They have chosen. Like I said, it is a relational aspect. When they related with their people, they noticed there was need. They noticed something had to be done. Because of the need, what is the need? That maybe the levels of poverty or the levels of lack. Okay? I don't want the word poverty.
It's what's the best word?
I don't like the poverty aspect, but let me use the word lack. Okay. So there's been lack in certain aspects. There's been lack in different issues. So for them, on their part, as leaders, they think they sat and said, what do we do? Like I said, it's a relationship thing for you and for the consumer or the recipient. So even with us here, it is the leaders vis-a-vis the populace.
True.
Okay. They noticed and observed that there was a need. What do we do? You know, every time you notice something,
Yeah.
you pose a question, and then you try to get an answer.
An answer, true.
That is the cycle. So they chose the Bonabagagawale, as you have said, PDM, together as we see it, the Emyoga. All these are in that bid to try and see how they make lives better. Trying to see. And why I use try to see. I may come up with something, but I will not force Mr. Barije to do it.
Absolutely.
And the way Mr. Barije does it will be different from the way Mr. Khan does it. Or the way Mr. Barije chooses to receive it will be different from the way somebody else chooses to receive it. So it's choice. We live in a world of choice. And the topic you're actually talking about, business, is choice.
It's a choice, yeah.
Okay? Everything we choose to do in the business world, in the business sector, it is choice. So with these policies, government decided, or the leaders that have been decided, what can we come up with? And these are some of the things they have come up with. Bona Bagagawali. For better interpretation, Bona is everybody. Let them all grow rich.
Let everyone get rich.
Whether they have succeeded or not, that's another question for another day. That is why I said they try to see.
To see.
Okay. By trying to see is how far has it impacted? How has it been received? Is it actually working? Is it answering the question? Like I said, you identify, you question, and find a solution. Have you found the solution? Because as you implement it, you're trying to create the solution. But whether it has actually brought that solution, that is now finding the solution and working it out. And we can only work it out in parameters. How many people have benefited? Have they chosen to receive it? Have they actually implemented it? Are they actually working with it? Because there are those who choose to sit back. Okay. Many a time we have seen programs coming on board and people say, yeah, that is up to them.
Don't care.
This is not about us. This is for somebody else. Or it's for a different group. So these are the choices that we all choose to make. And you're talking a lot about patriotism. On whose side?
Actually, this could be first from the leader's side, then definitely to the people that they are leading.
So I'm actually answering your question. For them, they are trying to come up with something. Also us, the choice for us to embrace or not to embrace. The choice for us to act or not to act. I'll give an example. As an office, because I think it's within. His Excellency, in that bid of noticing the need among people, has actually told us to find livelihood activities for different groups of people, who include the women, the youth. We have a word here, the Bazukuru.
The Bazukuru, yes.
The Bazukuru. How can they be assisted? And you know for a fact that of late, not everyone can do business, by the way.
Not everyone.
Not everyone.
Some say actually it's a
calling. Actually, you know, like I said, for your journalism, it could also be a calling. To some, it's a mistake.
Try and error.
To some, it is I had no choice. Okay, for other things we do. So it depends on your perspective. Is it your choice? Is it your calling? Is it I had nothing to do and etc. So, like I was saying, some of the livelihood programs they've come up with is rearing chicken. It's a business, isn't it?
It is.
For the lowest person, the little that they can do. Rear these chicks, let them grow, sell them off, get some money. And we have said the money you realize, use it to continue doing something else.
Sustain it.
So now you bring in your word, sustainability. How sustainable is this program? The tenets of this sustainability could be in how they have chosen to embrace it, who are the actual players. The different people that we have given are going to react differently.
Definitely.
I'm going to give you a scenario. We have a follow-up, a monitoring program for all these people that we are involved with. But we've been trying to reach out, and to somebody tells you, yes, the chickens grew, but I don't have market. So what are you doing? They're still there. I'm waiting for the market. It's a choice. He has chosen to wait for the market. There are those who have actually sold them off and have gotten money and are doing something else. There are those who have actually bought more birds and actually they've even grown the business.
Okay.
It's
a choice.
So if it is a solution or not, it depends on how each individual
receives it.
Each player has chosen to use it, or has chosen to put it to use thereafter.
Okay.
Using it is one, and thereafter is another. So the sustainability aspect, even with all these Bonabagagawali, there are those who benefited, there are those who didn't benefit. And I think we shall also see this with the EMIOGA and the PDM. The players that are involved in all this, with all that has been put in place, it's going to be individual. How you have chosen to use it to make you better. Or how you have chosen to sit back and watch. So it's a choice.
You know, at some point, I feel like, don't you think, you know, reception, sometimes probably people need some sort of motivation, some extent, because
motivation
because me, in most cases, like we've seen, for example, scenarios like in certain countries where a crime is committed, but these people want to still know. Of course, this person made a choice to commit it. I'm just giving an example.
Yes.
But the authorities would love to know, why did this person do this?
The why.
The why side. Exactly. So, have you tried to do some sort of, to why some people's reception, trying to understand why are they receiving it this way?
The way they've chosen to receive it.
Yeah, because sometimes there could be a reason for something.
Now, let me tell you this. Everything is a reason in the way you choose to take it. I'll give a scenario. You chose to come here, yes?
Yeah.
The other time you invited me over. Why did you choose to come here this time?
Okay, very interesting.
The other time, I received a call from Mr. Khan, and I came over to your studios. Today, same team, you said, we are coming over. Why did you make that decision?
Well, it can be some sort of creating family. I know you know where I am. I know where you work from.
Okay, what I'm driving at is the dynamism of things. Whatever your reasons were, it changed. Dynamism is change. You chose, let's change, go to the other venue. Whatever your reasons were.
Yeah.
Okay? For me, for you choosing to come here, you've talked about a relationship. Yes, granted. But the way you choose to do it still lies individually for you.
For me.
And even for these reasons, justified or not justified, they are individual reasons. And how you choose to propagate or build that reason is also a personal choice.
Okay.
You understand? So I can imagine you're very comfortable. And I am sure if given a chance, you might stay here with me today.
Why not?
Isn't it? Personal choice. And the action that follows is basically individual. For you.
Very interesting. Of course, we are still discussing patriotism and sustainable economic development, but definitely also looking at the aspect of socio-economic transformation. I'm with Dr. Brenda Tibamwenda, is the Public Relations Manager, spokesperson of the Office of the National Chairman. But definitely right about now, we're going to get into the break, and when we return, we shall be definitely breaking down further matters. Just stick around, you're going to be surprised.